What's up, everybody? It's Carlton Flowers here with Family Sports Network, FSN, and it is Super Bowl week. I've got a lot of stuff that I'm going to be talking about this week. I'm going to cram in a bunch of videos on a bunch of really good topics, so you're going to have to tune in and join in the discussion in the comments section. Let's chop it up. Let's debate. Let's argue. Let's get ready and get hyped for the Super Bowl. But for right now, we're going to check in with Scott Flowers up in Columbia, Missouri, and get some of his thoughts about the Super Bowl and kind of the history of the Chiefs and the 49ers, things that have gone on in the past. So let's jump on over to Scott Flowers reporting from Columbia, and then we'll come back and shut it down.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. February 11th, the granddaddy of them all, the biggest event. The biggest sporting event in U.S. history, the Super Bowl. Featuring a rematch of Super Bowl 54, your Kansas City Chiefs against a familiar opponent, the San Francisco 49ers. Last time we played them was against a totally different team, led by Jimmy Garoppolo. We all know what happened to him. He got benched for an average rookie. But now this team is led by one mystery relevant, Brock Purdy. I know what you're all thinking, but I thought the Chiefs are supposed to be bad this year. No, they are not. Once again, the Chiefs beat all the odds. Losing week 1 to the Detroit Lions in embarrassing fashion, leading the NFL in drops for all receivers, having maybe a 6-loss season on the year, but none of that matters. I'll tell you why. Because this team is totally different in the playoffs. They came in against the Miami Dolphins in sub-freezing temperature. You saw what happened. It was a disaster for the Dolphins. A blowout. 26-3. And then moving on against Josh Allen and the Bills in Patrick Mahomes' first road playoff game. But this time, all the critics and analysts were picking the Bills to win because Josh Allen's better than Mahomes. Josh Allen's the better overall player. But they went down. And then get the AFC Championship for the first time away from Arrowhead. Chiefs versus Ravens. And once again, they say it again. All the analysts and critics. Lamar Jackson is better than Mahomes. The Ravens have the best defense in the NFL. The Ravens are just a better overall team, and not one of them picked the Chiefs except for one. But what happened? Trey Flowers fumbles, interceptions, strip sacks later, and we're back in the Super Bowl. And no, you can't blame the refs for that, because the refs did not cause Trey Flowers to fumble the ball out of the back of the end zone. The refs did not have Travis Kelce catch a spectacular diving catch to seal the game. It all comes down to one team, the Kansas City Chiefs, the best team in the world, your reigning and defending, undisputed Super Bowl champions. And against the 49ers, the legend will continue to grow. The Empire, the Dark Empire, the overlords of the NFL will continue to prove their dominance, where the Chiefs go for their 4th world championship in franchise history. It doesn't matter if fans like us or they hate us, because we're not going anywhere. And of course, we all know that Taylor Swift will be there just to anger all the fans. As the Chiefs, we're okay with being the villains, but we're the cool villains. A throwback to, I was watching, it wasn't Pat McAfee, it was someone else who said that the Chiefs are now the cool villains like the WCW days. The NWO, with Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. These guys, they're so evil, so unlikable that you have to like them anyway. Because their confidence, their talent, their skill, the way they carry themselves. I see the same thing happening with Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Isaiah Pacheco. The new big three of the NFL, the new NWO. So once again, we don't care if you bet against us. It doesn't matter how many people are picking the Ravens or picking the 49ers. I know they got Christian McCaffrey, Nick Bosa, and Brock Purdy. But the Chiefs have made an entire history of overcoming the odds. Going all the way back to the 1960s in the first ever Super Bowl against the Green Bay Packers. Of course, they got blown out of that game. And then Vince Lombardi said, well, I'll tell you, the team in the NFL was pretty good, but they don't match up to any NFL teams. If that's what you want me to say, I said it. But then what happened 3 years later? Super Bowl IV. The heavily favored Minnesota Vikings came in, and they went down 26-7 with the iconic 65 toss power trap. And then after that, we saw 50 years of torment. The Chiefs get close with legendary head coach Marty Schottenheimer, but they just couldn't get it done. And then another legendary head coach, former Super Bowl champion with the Rams, Dick Vermeil, came in. They only made it to the playoffs one time. And after that, they signed horrible head coach Herman Edwards. And the team became one of the worst football teams in the league. And after that, Todd Haley, leading to the worst season in Chiefs history, going 3-13. But then what happened next? That's right, this guy. Andy Reid emerged, and things started to change. They got rid of Matt Castle for Alex Smith. And then 3 years later, they brought in the hero, or supervillain, Patrick Mahomes. And in his first season, he went back to a familiar place that the Chiefs had not been since the 1990s with Joe Montana, the AFC Championship. But then the next following year, and only the second season of Patrick Mahomes' career, they won Super Bowl 54 against who? The San Francisco 49ers. This team overcomes all the odds. And it doesn't matter if you like us. It doesn't matter if you hate us, because we're here to stay. This is our league to lose. We are the emperors of the league. This is the new Galactic Empire. The new order of the NFL is here. This is not the Roger Goodell era. This is not the Super Bowl era. This is the Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid era. That's right, I'm picking the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. Final score will be, let's go, 27-24 final score. Chiefs winning, becoming 4-time Super Bowl champions. Book it! This has been Scott Flowers from the all-new Family Sports Network. Shout out to my father, Carlton Flowers.
All right, thank you, Scott. Wow, what a stroll down memory lane. Matt Castle, Romeo Crennel, Marty Schottenheimer, Herm Edwards. I mean, I've almost forgotten about those eras where there just didn't seem to be any Super Bowl in sight forever. And then all of a sudden, we get Andy Reid and the next GOAT, Patrick Mahomes, who is going to break all Super Bowl records. Yay! So that was a nice little piece of history there, Mr. Flowers. I do appreciate that. The only thing I can say that I disagree with you on is your score prediction of 27-24. I think you're giving too much credit to Brock Purdy and the 49ers, the 40 Whiners offense. And I don't think you're giving enough credit to the Chiefs' amazing defense with the number one shutdown cornerback in the league in L'Jarius Sneed. And also Trent McDuffie holding down the other side. The whole supporting cast. I mean, Chris Jones commanding those double teams and making a big problem for that offensive line to cover him and make sure that he's not going to be planting the quarterback, which leaves another problem on the other side where you got the Greek Freak. And we've also got some of the best linebackers in the league. Okay? So I'm going to give a little bit more credit to the Chiefs defense. And my score prediction is going to be 21-10. So whose score prediction do you think is going to come to fruition? Let's vote down in the comments. Let me know if you're going to go with Scott's prediction of 27-24. Is that what he said? 27-24? Or if you're going to lock and load with my defensive heavy prediction of 21-10. We want to know. So that's all I've got for this edition, but stay tuned. I'm going to have a lot more interesting content, and I might even spark some arguments that you don't want to miss. And we will see you next time. This is Carlton Flowers for FSN Family Sports Network, and I am out.